Okay, boys, it's time to finally rate our favorite Battle Royale games.
Oh, God, I can feel Sleepy Joe's horrible takes coming, and we haven't even started yet.
My takes can't be nearly as horrible as your presidency, Donald.
Joe, every time we do one of these, I expect to hear some shit takes, and every time I'm completely blown away by how awful your opinions are.
Okay, guys, let's just start the list. First up, we have the mother of all Battle Royales, Minecraft Hunger Games.
This might be the easiest S tier of all time. I remember always going on Hypixel and sweating Hunger Games after school before my mom needed to use the computer.
I agree with Don here, easy S tier. Not only was this the first Battle Royale, but even today I still think Minecraft Hunger Games was one of the best versions of the game mode.
Okay, boys, I'm glad you said that because if one of you said D tier or something, I was ready to fight.
Obama, I would totally destroy you in a fight. I thought it was common knowledge that I'm the strongest of all the presidents.
Yeah, okay, Donald, the only strong thing you have is your skin after being spray tanned so many times.
Ooh, got him with that one.
Okay, next up we have H1Z1. And I gotta say, this was my favorite Battle Royale game. In terms of having fun with your friends, this was the perfect game to play. So many funny moments and fun wins before the genre got super sweaty. I wish we could go back.
I completely agree with Barry. I miss playing this game with the boys late at night and laughing my ass off. Another easy S tier.
I actually never really played H1Z1.
Normally I would make fun of you, Joe, but in this case I just feel bad for you. H1Z1 was the peak of casual gaming just to have fun with your friends.
Don't worry, Sleepy. I'll make fun of you. How have you not played H1Z1? This was not only one of the most fun battle royales, but one of the best games of 2015.
I was playing Xbox with George and Bill in 2015. Jill never let me download the game because it had guns in it.
Jesus, Joe, you were my vice president. We could have got you an account on the White House gaming PC.
White House gaming PC?
Yeah, Joe, have you ever used the presidential Steam account? It has like every game there is on it.
You guys are messing with me. I've been president for 3 years now, and no one has ever told me about a presidential Steam account.
Joe, you need to stop sleeping on the job and get on the grind. Someone has to get that account to Steam level 1000. Okay, let's move on. Don, do we agree on S tier for H1Z1?
Of course we do, Barack. Where else would it go?
You know, for a Republican, Don, you have some good takes.
Some would say I have the best takes.
Okay, let's not go too far. Next up, we have PUBG.
Oh man, I love PUBG. Easy A tier. In my opinion, PUBG was the peak of Battle Royale when it came to gunplay and in-game mechanics.
I agree with Sleepy here. PUBG was the first BR to have good gunplay, and they also introduced supply drops, which I think were a great addition to the game.
Well, wait a sec, Donald. There were supply drops in H1Z1.
Yeah, but in PUBG, supply drops gave players strong weapons and armor instead of food and water. They were way more valuable, and fighting over them was a lot more intense.
I have to say I agree. The only reason I can't give the game S tier is because of how infested it is with bots. If I try to queue a game, there's a good chance I could be the only actual player in a 100-man lobby.
Yeah, that's true. I miss when the lobbies were full and the wait times were short.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in A tier then. Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Okay, well next up we got Fortnite.
I mean, come on, Obama, do we really even have to talk about this? Peak Fortnite was a generational game that everyone got to enjoy. Who can say that they didn't have fun during Christmas break trying Fortnite for the first time? Easy S tier.
Joe, I know I'm gonna get hate for this, but I never really liked Fortnite. Having to build to win fights is stupid and the characters are way too cartoony for me.
Sounds like a skill issue to me. Once I started using Builder Pro and learned how to build, Fortnite was a potentially goated game. Not only was the building mechanic super unique to Fortnite, it allowed better players to win fights and made camping for a win an obsolete strategy.
Yeah, Barack, that seriously might be the worst take I've ever heard. Easy S tier, and I'm leaving the call if it's A tier or below.
Come on, guys, seriously?
Normally, Sleepy here doesn't make the most sense, but I gotta admit you're wrong on this one, Barack. I would dare to say Fortnite at its peak is the best Battle Royale game there is. Easy S tier.
Okay then, but I'm not happy about it. Next up we have Apex Legends.
Riot's answer to a dominant Fortnite. I thought Apex Legends was an interesting game. The introduction of classes with preset abilities was a cool way to spice up Battle Royale games, as well as adding the redeploy feature. It made it so even if you were dead, you weren't completely out of the game. Easy A tier for me.
I was not a fan of Apex at all. The time to kill was so slow in this game, it felt like none of the guns did any damage. And getting a shield while you're down makes it take even longer to finish off enemies. The highest I can give this game is B tier.
Sounds like a skill issue to me, Joe. The abilities and movement in this game were super unique to Battle Royales, and if you were good, You could absolutely dunk on opponents.
You tell him, Barry.
I'm not done yet, Donald. While the movement and abilities were super cool, this game was only fun if you played together with friends. If you weren't the jump master, you couldn't even decide where to land. And this led to half my games having teammates disconnect if we didn't drop swamps. The highest I can put it is B tier.
What the fuck, Barack? How can you go on about how cool the game was and end up putting it in B tier?
Sorry, Don, but Joe is right. While the core gameplay was good, other in-game mechanics constantly ruined the experience itself, leading to one of the more mid-battle Royale games.
Obama talking some sense here after that god-awful Fortnite take.
Shut up, creepy. The only reason you guys think Apex sucks is because you suck at the game. Once you get into the high ranks where everyone is good, the game gets super balanced and your teammates all are good. You guys just don't like it because you weren't good enough to wade through all the low ranks.
Donnie, it's not my fault I don't like Apex as much as you. You literally have 2,500 hours in the game.
Making my opinion the most valid.
Fine, I'll put it in A tier. Next up, we have Blackout from Black Ops 4.
This was Call of Duty's first attempt at a battle royale, and it shows. From a bad looting system to boring map locations, this game was the cherry on top to how bad of a game Black Ops 4 was. Also, being able to hide underwater was super scummy. Highest I can go here is C tier.
Yeah, the water physics were pretty dumb in this game, but the map was super cool. The addition of zombie areas was awesome. And if you did the quests in those areas, you could get really good armor or even the ray gun if you were lucky. This definitely isn't the best battle royale in the genre, but I would give it a solid B tier.
You guys both bring up good points, but I'm going to have to lean towards the B tier here. Instead of buying new playable characters, you had to do challenges to get them. This meant that only the best players had certain characters, and it created a goal for players to achieve.
I'm not going to lie, I never expected a Democrat to be able to say something so true.
That's funny coming from the guy who lied his way out of more court cases than he has ex-wives.
That was a sick burn. I have some sunscreen if you need any, Donald.
Joe, shut the fuck up. You probably need that sunscreen every time you go outside so the sun doesn't burn you alive, you geriatric fuck.
I don't know, Donald. That's not what your wife was saying when I was rubbing it on her back.
Too far, Joe. If you really want to bring wives into this, don't get me started on yours. Jill has more.
Okay, guys, calm down. We still got to finish the list. Next up, we have Firestorm from Battlefield 5.
I see we're entering the era of mid-battle royale games. Firestorm was EA's crappy attempt at a battle royale. The only reason they made it was to get more people to buy Battlefield 5. And when that didn't work, they just moved on.
Yeah, I agree with Don here. Firestorm was mid. I mean, the gunplay was cool, but it was just ripped from multiplayer. And besides that, the game was just problem after problem. Vehicles were terrible because people could just bush camp with RPGs and blow you up. And even if you were able to kill them, Firestorm has the worst looting system of any battle royale.
I don't know, Joe. This game seems pretty overhated to me, but I didn't play Firestorm too much.
As much as it pains me to say this, Sleepy is right. Firestorm was a rushed battle royale that EA made after seeing how much money Fortnite made, and it clearly shows. The graphics were cool, but Sleepy was right when he said it was just ripped from multiplayer. Firestorm reeks of a game that was made for the sole purpose of making money. Easy D tier.
Okay, then Firestorm goes in D tier. Next up, we have Realm Royale.
What the fuck is Realm Royale?
Sleepy, your dementia's kicking in again. We played the beta of this game a few years ago, but I haven't played it since. I actually really liked Realm Royale. The gun mechanics were really smooth and the gameplay was fun with friends.
Donald, Realm Royale was the biggest Fortnite ripoff on the market. The gameplay was almost exactly the same, barring a few creative differences. This game was such a shameless ripoff, it has to go in the F tier.
What are you talking about, Obama? Realm Royale was medieval and had a totally different look than Fortnite.
Don, that was literally the only difference. If you replace the HUD with Fortnite's, you almost have the exact same game. Easy F tier. End of discussion.
Classic Obama being a dictator when people disagree with him.
I'm not even going to reply to that. Next up, we have Warzone.
Now we're talking. I loved Warzone. The addition of custom classes to Battle Royale was just what the genre needed. Also, the gunplay was really clean on the Modern Warfare engine. It at least has to go into A tier.
I'm going to have to agree with Creepy here. While the launch of Warzone was pretty rough, the addition of Resurgence made it easier to jump back into the game after dying. The limited time game modes and events also kept the game fresh and added cool new mechanics. You could really put this into S tier and I wouldn't be mad.
In my opinion, Warzone was definitely the better Call of Duty Battle Royale. The gameplay was cleaner and custom classes added a new meta into the game. Sometimes the meta was pretty AIDS, but other than that, I always had fun playing Warzone. Are you guys okay with A tier?
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. But if we put Warzone in A tier, what about Warzone Mobile?
Are we really even going to count Warzone Mobile as its own separate battle royale?
I'm going to have to agree with Chester Cheeto here. If we put Warzone Mobile into its own class, then we got to do it for Apex Mobile and Fortnite Mobile, just to name a few.
That's actually a really fair point, Joe. In that case, I'm just going to put it with the other games we haven't played. And that brings us to our last game, Fall Guys.
Does Fall Guys really count as a battle royale?
Now that I think about it, I think Fall Guys is technically a battle royale, just not anything like the ones we've played before.
While there aren't guns or a circle, a battle royale game is a game where players fight to be the last one standing. I think Fall Guys changed up the game both figuratively and literally.
A lot of the mini games in Fall Guys were actually pretty fun. I think this game deserves a B tier at least.
I don't know, Joe, I could see this game going in A tier.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sure, Fall Guys might technically fit into the genre, but are we really going to put it on the same tier as PUBG and Warzone? This game might be a battle royale, but we've been ranking this list based off of in-game mechanics like gunplay as well as looting. Fall Guys has none of those things, so I don't think it can accurately be judged against other games in this category. That being said, in terms of what games I think are the best, I think Fall Guys would fit nicely into C tier. As a game, it's better than Firestorm, but not as good as Blackout.
Don, it might be a little unorthodox, but I kind of agree. What about you, Joe?
To be honest, about halfway through Donald Duck's speech, I kind of got lost. I really think this game deserves a B tier.
I swear to God, Sleepy, if you can't turn your brain on, what's the point of giving your opinion at all?
Yeah, Joe, if you can't stay awake, then you might as well go to sleep.
All right, screw you guys. I am going to sleep. I'll see you at school on Monday.
Whatever. I'm going to put Fall Guys at C tier.
Hussein, this list is looking much better than the last one. Now that we're done with this, do you want to play some Fortnite or something?
Sorry, Don. Michelle makes me go to bed early on school night, so I got to get off. I'll see you tomorrow at the lunch table.
All right, sleep tight. Don't let the Russians bite.